Augmented reality in anatomy. Abstract: a medical student who wants to study different concepts like digestive system, heart, and other systems that are hard to imagine and understand has to study and understand everything from a picture or diagram in books. Currently, a student who wants to study the anatomy of different parts, organs, of the human body has to look and understand everything from a picture or diagram.AR. In anatomy is an app that lets students explore the physical body to know how it works. By using this app, users can see the anatomy of different human body parts in action, rotate them, zoom in and out. The app also gives labeling of small parts too. AR helps the scholar better remember the knowledge they need just learned. These diagrams are very complex and they are printed in 2D on books, because of which it is very difficult to visualize. Students will be able to visualize these diagrams very easily and effectively using our app. Keywords: Augmented Reality, AR Core, Anatomy, Medical Student, Human Body, Cloud. Introduction. This project aims is to investigate how effective learning experiences can be improved with a technology called Augmented Reality, AR. With the help of AR, students are going to learn anatomy to memorize about body organs and examine this within the range of body functions. Conceiving the relationships in 3 dimensions of various organs and their interdependent functions is a major difficulty in this task. The method described in this paper is to help or guide students by providing an AR vision of the anatomical details that provides a structured learning approach to the material. This is a research project to study whether augmented reality, AR, is an effective tool to learn anatomy concepts. Anatomy is a very important subject as fundamental towards many relevant fields, such as health science, and a medical student who wants to study different concepts like digestive system, heart, and other systems that are hard to imagine and understand has to study and understand everything from a picture or diagram in books. So with the help of AR technology, it is to be expected that it provides more engaging and effective learning experiences. As this technology-aided learning provides flexible accessibility. Dr. Dattatray, Waghole. CSE, JSBM's JSCO, Pune, India. 2. Problem definition: to solve the problem of visualizing and imagining complex human anatomy parts using an augmented reality-based app to make studying simple, fun, and responsive. 3. Literature survey. Learning anatomy allows students to understand and remember a great deal of knowledge within the spectrum of body functions. To contextualize this. In this mission, visualizing the relationships of different organs in 3 dimensions and their interdependent activities is a major challenge. The framework outlined in this paper is a development that offers a systematic learning approach to the material to support students by presenting a virtual reality version of the anatomical information under investigation. This is a research project to explore whether haptics are an efficient instrument for studying anatomy while having equal access to more immersive encounters of augmented reality, AR. This research project is intended to explore how a technology, called augmented reality, AR, with haptics, can enhance successful learning environments. Flexible usability is typically provided by technology-aided learning. It is anticipated that an intuitive immersive approach such as AR with haptics can have more stimulating and effective learning environments. 1. In the subject of genetics, human body anatomy is an important concept that needs to be understood after junior high school. Many instructional resources are available in the shape of a mannequin, puppet, for books in anatomy, but they are also inadequate to help students understand the anatomy of the human body. Augmented reality, AR, is a technology that interactively merges a real world into a simulated world. The aim of this thesis is to construct an AR application for learning to be more interesting and easier for students to understand human body anatomy. This application helps students to study the anatomy of the human body through 3D model contact by using textbooks and mannequins beforehand. The method of analysis in this thesis is to use a quantitative method that gathers information and then creates the prototype to show the effect. Using the waterfall approach, which involves planning, data collection and analysis, architecture, user interface and diagram, execution and checking, the application development method is carried out. The outcome of the study is an AR framework for studying human body anatomy featuring a 3D object, organ explanation, and location that can be viewed on the web. 2. Due to limitations on visualizing the body anatomy from 2D into 3D image, students typically face difficulties in studying human body anatomy. This project aims to use virtual reality technologies to build a human anatomy learning system. By using this method, students are supposed to be able to clearly understand the human body's anatomy using a 3D rendering of the image. The tool used in this framework is the mobile computing application Augmented Reality Identifier. By taking a picture, the marker is filmed. Then, the image collected is broken into bits, and the pattern fits the images contained in the archive. They have used the floating Euphoria system in this analysis and combined it with the SQLite database. The human body's virtual reality anatomy device has functionality that can reveal the whole body or portions of the human body interactively. They validated the virtual reality anatomy system for studying the anatomy of the human body with high school students and medical students to ascertain the utility of the application. The findings demonstrate that the virtual reality visualization of the human anatomy learning system lets students study human anatomy more effectively. 3. Japan Society for the Promotion of Science, JSPS, 2018 Museums of Human Anatomy specimens are widely used by students of surgery, nursing, and paramedics. The specimens stored in these museums enable students to understand the intricate relationships of organs and systems in more detail through dissection and prosection than textbooks may offer. However, without additional descriptions from a docent or supplementary examples, it can be difficult for students, particularly novices, to recognize the different parts of these anatomical structures. Augmented reality, AR, has increasingly been used to view simulated objects and images taken from the physical world in many museum exhibits. The learning environment can be changed greatly by this technology. 3 AR-based support systems for tours in medical specimen museums were developed in this study, and their learning usability and efficacy were analyzed. Using an AR marker, the first device was constructed. By recording AR markers using a tablet camera, this scheme could display virtual label information for specimens. For all specimens, individual AR markers were needed, but their presence in and on the exposed specimens may also be obtrusive. In order to set the specimen image itself as an image marker, the second method was created, as most specimens were seen in cross-section. 4. This paper proposes a virtual reality learning method that uses the feedback of a depth camera to teach high school students anatomy interactively. The goal is to exemplify human anatomy using the Microsoft Kinect depth camera by showing 3D models over a person's body in real time. Without using targets for mapping, users can see how bones, muscles, or organs are spread in their bodies. It is possible to describe an AR system as one that enables physical and virtual objects to coexist in real time in the same space. A depth sensor includes a red-green-blue, RGB, camera and an infrared laser depth camera. This instrument measures the relative distance between each of the two parts of the human body and knows where each joint is in relation to the three-dimensional, 3D, universe on this basis. Consequently, it offers a full body recording of 3D motion. The Microsoft Kinect is a camera with depth. A great deal of visual processing can be carried out in real time without complaints about light quality or slow mathematical processing, which were among the key issues with AR technology in the past, due to recent advances in computing and the introduction of low-cost depth cameras to the market. 5. Abstract Augmented Reality, AR, is a technology that increases reality with, and enables users to interact with, either 2- or 3-dimensional computer-generated imagery, CGI, objects, and or details. AR on mobile devices is evolving and provides a great deal of learning and training potential. The creation process of a mobile prototype learning environment using mobile augmented reality is explored in this article, MAR. The prototype is called Mobile Augmented Reality Human Anatomy or HUMAR, and the anatomy of the human skeletal system is the selected learning subject. HUMAR's primary goal is to help students and that could eventually boost their academic experience. There has been a study stating that when studying the above subject, there is a decrease in retaining and producing long-lasting knowledge for longer. The design, concept, prototype creation, and outcomes of HUMAR taken from a pilot test are described in this article. The pilot test used the experimental approach for sciences students from 3 separate universities. The goals of the pilot test were to consolidate, from a didactic and technological point of view, user interface. It is concluded that, based on the findings of the pilot test, students were pleased with HUMAR in terms of its usability and characteristics, which in turn may have a beneficial effect on their learning experience. 6. A summary of the key aspects of augmented reality, AR, and the core principles of this technology were discussed in this article. It defines the key fields in which AR and essential AR instruments are used today. Any aspects of augmented reality applications will be presented and an outline of them will be given by this article. Future routes are answered. 7. Augmented reality, AR, is an increasingly prevalent concept with numerous use fields. This work examines the outcomes of a survey explicitly designed to chart the ease of adoption of potential functionality to be introduced in AR-enhanced mobile outdoor applications. This survey was designed for a clearer evaluation of consumer tastes in outdoor settings involving the use of AR. The preference level was calculated on the basis of product indicators related to different current and relevant models. In relation to the targeted questions, the paper addresses the survey findings on the preference level and suggests a methodological structure for input on the adoption of AR technologies. 8. Research into the uses of augmented reality in education is only at an early level, and there is a scarcity of research into the consequences and ramifications of augmented reality in education. The aim of this research was to assess and understand the effect on the learning motivation of undergraduate health science students at the University of Cape Town of an augmented reality smartphone application. We are extending previous studies that directly looked at the influence of augmented reality technologies on inspiration for student learning. In the sense of learning, the inherent motivation principle has been used to describe motivation. The model of focus, significance, trust, and happiness, ARCs, influenced the perception of the influence of augmented reality on student motivation, and the research instrument was developed using the Instructional Materials Motivation Survey. Before and after using the virtual reality smartphone device, the study explored the disparities in student learning motivation. The augmented reality smartphone device was used by a total of 78 users and the pre-use and post-use questionnaires were completed. The findings found that the learning enthusiasm of students was improved when using an augmented reality smartphone device. 9. Augmented reality, AR, is commonly used at present, is being researched and changing rapidly. This technology complements the physical world of simulated 3D composite objects and are introduced into the world of reality. This technology is a technology that it's very fun and engaging. Augmented reality using smartphones and interactive media, and seldom used for the introduction of the human body as a medium. The goal of cardiac learning recognition, CLD, aids medical learners in the area of understanding the principles of learning materials that the device provides interactively, in specific, human heart anatomy and the capacity to provide more details than is supplied through conventionally based teaching methods. For this cause, virtual reality was generated in this research on visual technique as a tool to incorporate human cardiac anatomy. 10. 4 goals and objectives. The major objective is to enhance learning and teaching process. This is done by displaying 3D view of medical diagrams to make them more informative. Providing the 3D all-angle view of medical organs to provide a realistic experience. These all-angle view is integrated with detailed labeling and information present within virtual visualization. Providing easy and clear visualization of complex and clogged organ diagrams by presenting exact virtual replica as of real organs. Along with all possible angle visuals of diagrams, zooming capabilities is also provided where user can zoom in and out features simply by moving device in forward and backward directions. Zooming provides capability of exploring inner hidden parts of organ that are out of sight. Providing better understanding of concepts by learning with real-like virtual organs first-person perspective. Making best possible use of technology in medical education. Providing teachers with better tools to deliver. Enable individual users to access learning materials anytime and just with their mobile phones. Creating a joyful environment and interesting way of learning. The experimental results screenshots attached below shows actual output of the app. 6. Flowchart of AR in anatomy. 6. Conclusion and future work. The project aims to enhance learning and teaching process in medical education system. Different aspects of this model help exponentially in understanding the diagrams and learning in a better way. The 3D model with all-angle view which can be zoomed in and out for exploring minute details, along with labels and other detailed information integrated which provides not only detailed and better virtual visualization but also creates interest in the learning due to its elegance. Future work includes applying this system in current education system in every stream to enhance learning for all students.